not cold over here.
No. Yeah, I can actually see in the bed. I'm gonna get it.
Hey y'all, it's Megan and Andy. Welcome back to the channel. Glad y'all are here today. Come spend some time with us this evening. We're down here at one of our hay fields getting another load of hay.
Yep, we've all but run out at home. I got one bale left. We get home, I'm gonna put it in and put the new ones in its place.
For now, we just we store it over here because by the time the hay barn was built, it was already put up for storage, and well,
That's right.
yeah.
So I've only got like 5 rolls left over there that was under that blue tarp, and then I'm gonna start getting out from under the shelters and getting those cleaned out. But we do still have, over there behind the camper, we do still have quite a bit under plastic, but right now that plastic is wrapped up tight, so I'm not gonna mess with it. I'm gonna save that for the very last that I end up using.
When I have time, I love to come over here when Andy's loading up hay, and it's an excellent place to get some steps in, and I don't know, just something about this place that's very special to all of us. The kids, they love coming over here. I'm pretty sure they're having some kind of tug of war over there right now. Tiger is running around somewhere. We'll find her again eventually. If you've never heard us talk about this spot here, we've been tending this land, 10 or 12 years probably, if I had to guess. But this is some of Andy's old family land. There was some research done at one time, years and years ago. Anyways, this piece right here has been in Andy's family for a very long time. But we do not own this land here. His great aunt currently owns this. But it's one of those special places, y'all. Andy's grandpa farmed it all of Andy's childhood. Andy grew up down here. And like I said just a minute ago, it's one of those really special places, and this is a goal, y'all. This is a life goal of ours. If it ever does come up for sale, I hope that we're able to get our hands on it. Because, I mean, just look around us. One of the few spots untouched, no traffic noise, off the road. Places like this are getting fewer and farther between. And plus, it's just a connection here. And I know it is for Andy. It's very special to him. And through the years, it has become extremely special to me, extremely special to our kids. Yeah, we love it here. We love this spot, and we are blessed to be able to come and use it like it's ours and to take care of it. Even if the opportunity never arises for it to be truly ours, at least we're still able to come here and enjoy it. But we're only about 2 miles, 3 miles from our house, so it's not far at all. And so sometimes, even when we're not getting hay, sometimes we like to just come down here and spend some time. I can't get over the snow and ice still laying around right here. I like to walk this creek right here. I love this creek. We've caught a few little knotty heads in here through the years. Little tiny catfish, tiny ones. Ain't that pretty though? Now if that down through there don't just look like a picture in the book with that snow laying there. And there's so many signs of history here. I really wish that I knew the complete history on this place. And maybe we can show you some of that in a little bit. Because there is a lot of neat signs here. You can see what a beautiful crystal clear creek that is. Gold, y'all. Kind of makes me want to cry when I think about it and talk about it. Just because of the love and the connection that all of us feel to this place right here. And I hope that for everybody. I hope that at some point in your life, you can feel connected to land, feel connected to the earth. And there are certain places in everybody's life that I feel like grounds us. And at home is one of those places, all around the house, walking out in my cow pasture and stuff, being on my creek. I feel grounded, I feel at home, peace. I feel that here too. Such a peaceful place. What are you doing, Tiger? Come on. You can come with me. Andy's grandpa actually planted all this river cane way back when to keep the creek bank from washing away. And this river cane is what we've made our trellises out of. You can see the creek bank right through there was trying to go away, and he planted all that to help hold it together.
Look, you see that? It was up the bank. Well, I'm gonna tell you what, me and your great grandpa spent a lot of time skipping rocks in this creek.
Now don't hit me.
There's good skipping rocks down here.
I just found gold.
Oh yeah, that's a good skip. Oh gosh, I completely missed the creek on that one.
Me too.
Hey, you ain't saying that.
Oh gosh, it's very funny.
That's a good one.
Something.
That's a good skip too, you see it?
Yeah. Oh, look at this. Look.
That's a good one.
Let's see how heavy it looks like. It skipped and hit the bank. Oh. How am I not skipping
Thank
that?
you.
Oh.
Look, I got a big one. I'm gonna try. Watch this.
I was able to skip the big one.
You see that? It went plumb all the way across.
I skipped the big one, but it went like boom, boom. Watch out.
There you go.
It wanted to go again, but it didn't.
The youngins want to stay down here on the creek and play for a few minutes, so I think right now sounds like no better time than ever. Let's go over here and check out the old house. It's been quite a while since I've been in there. And I know every time we're ever over here on video, somebody asks about it. So we'll go over here and check it out. I'll tell y'all, since we're walking right through this little spot right here, there's a ditch line that runs right out across the middle of this field. And this little, I don't know, it's probably an acre bottom right here is where Grandpa used to plant. Well, he had to back on the whole place, but I can remember this being the last part of this place that was tore up. The rest was already sowed in grass. And I would play right along in this area right here, because sometimes the creek down here would get out and it would always wash up sand and stuff in that area. And that little area right there was always really sandy. So that's where I'd stay and play while he was out here in the field working. Now he planted his garden, or not all of his garden, but a lot of his garden stuff in this little patch. There'd be tobacco in this patch. Trying to think, before the whole place was sowed in grass, I remember tobacco being up there on the upper end. I know I remember it being in corn one time. But then this little field here and across the creek, far back as I can remember, he always had that in tobacco too, before it got sowed in grass. Once he sowed it in grass, he pastured it in and had cows over here. So there's the old house. The old home place to whoever it was used to live here. And honestly, I don't know who used to live here. I can tell you that this place has been in the family for a very, very long time, but I don't remember anybody ever living in this house.
I think it's cool because the whole house is surrounded by black walnut trees.
Right there.
Yep.
All of those. Every single one of those
And
trees
so I'm
is black
guessing
walnuts.
whoever lived here liked black walnuts.
Apparently.
Put them some black ones, which they grow wild here, but they ain't gonna grow in this perfect circle around this house. You know.
My guess is the bigger ones here is probably what started it all. And the little ones eventually came up over time. But, you know, people back then, black walnuts was a very
popular thing.
People used walnuts. You don't see many people using
not just
walnuts
to
now.
eat, but back in this time period, they was also used as a clothes dye. That was a big thing.
That's a good point. I hadn't even thought about that.
They were used for different medicinal purposes, black walnuts, you know, so I mean, it's not just, they serve more than just a little snack or something, you know.
No, I hadn't even thought about that.
My papa was one of them people that was obsessed with black walnuts.
Way back in the day, Grandpa had a old F-150 short bed. It's the one y'all see in the background of my videos. But me and him come over here and picked up walnuts and filled the whole truck bed full. Now, I don't know whatever happened, whatever he did with those walnuts, I don't remember. I just remember picking them up with him.
I know my papa would cover them with a tarp in a trailer. And we would let them sit in that tarp till they got all nasty and
then you crack them?
Shriveled up, and then you pull that old husk off of them, and then you crack them. That used to be my job as a kid.
Fun times, wasn't it?
Yeah, I thought it was fun. He had a special rock that's what you use to crack your walnuts on.
Most of them did.
But yeah, this old house, I mean, we don't know the time frame on it. And it's beyond repair, pretty much.
Yeah,
I mean,
unfortunately it is.
It's gonna go probably sooner than later, but it's sitting on rocks. The glass from the jars that were inside the house are blue glass.
Look, right up in there's an old piece of like plate, like a plate.
Mm-hmm. Something been under there eating walnuts.
There's a lot of that out here.
And see, there's another blue jar, top
Yeah,
of it.
right there.
But this guy, one thing I think is super cool is apparently this was at the time of sawmills because it's not a log house. This is a plank house, but it's got square nails.
Yeah, and those were definitely done on a forge by a blacksmith.
And that's what it's got all.
So I don't know what time frame that would be. My guess would be late 1800s, early 1900s would be when this was built. You know, I want to mention something real quick though about it being on a rock foundation, just sitting on rocks. This is not the only house around here that's sitting on rocks. In modern day times, that wouldn't pass inspection. You could not build a house like that. But what's funny about this, y'all, and y'all tell me what you think. Look at this. It's still standing.
Sitting on rocks.
After this many years. Still sitting on rocks.
And then there's a lot of houses that people still live in around here that are old houses that people have redone and things through the years that are still sitting on rocks.
And, you know, why, I guess my point is, why doesn't that pass inspection anymore if it's lasted this long? I mean, back then they didn't have inspections.
My thing is, whose business is it anyway?
Oh, that's true too. that is true, but we won't go there. Now the back side of the house here is where it's in bad shape. This front half is actually not terrible, except for up there the top blowed off, and yeah, well y'all all know what happens when the top goes.
Yep. Yep, so it's got this back half on it here.
I bet you that was added on at some point.
Kind of looks like it. It looks like that's probably the original house. But this back half,
Got a dead cow in it.
yeah, from years and years ago. Who knows when ago. Ooh, there's poop in there.
Is it?
Something's living in there. There's poop all in there, Andy.
Boy, it's a mess in there, ain't it?
Mm-hmm.
Look right yonder.
What?
Is that a bulldog soda bag?
I don't know. Yeah, I believe so.
I need it. I wonder if I can get in there.
Don't you get in there.
Here, we'll go around this way and see if we can.
Andy, this house will fall in on you.
Well, if it ain't fell in right now.
Yeah, it ain't had no weight in it.
So, what I remember with this house, Grandpa used to store all this stuff for his tobacco plant beds in here. The plastic would be in here. He kept fertilizer in this house. He kept just all the stuff, like the stuff you used to gas plant beds with, that would be in this house. See, the porch is in pretty bad shape. See if I can do this without falling through. Got the old mantle for the fireplace. But you see all this plastic that's in here, that's all stuff that Grandpa had. That's what would have been on the plant beds. Look at this. Look at that old mantle. And you have the stairs going upstairs. I'm going up here. I used to go up in here when I was a kid.
Yeah, that's been 30 years ago.
Are you trying to say I'm old?
I'm trying to say it probably has seen some better days.
There's a bucket up here. You know, structurally, the house is not in bad shape. Other than that corner where it's rotted out. Huh. Gosh, it's been probably... There's no telling how long it's been since I was up here. No insulation, no nothing. Ain't that amazing? Then look at this spiral staircase. That's so cool.
Is there anything up there?
The bucket. Then I think this back of the house back here is what's in bad shape. Apparently there's a big leak right there. Got another fireplace back here. A door that goes to the outside.
Look at the handle on that door.
I know, ain't that cool? Look at that. Must be locked from the outside. Look at look at this. They took the time to round those edges off. That's so cool. Stuff like that interests me so much. Something so simple back in the day. But if it wasn't for this corner right here where the roof had blew off, this house would actually not be in bad shape structurally. Still would take a lot to make it to where you'd want to live here. But that mantle and that fireplace.
That bird's nest.
Where?
In the corner of that mantle.
Oh, I didn't even see that. Look at that, there's still a jar sitting up here. Old vase or something. And I noticed something just now. A lot of my old time tobacco growers, you're gonna know what those were. You would put your can of gas in that, and then there's a nail right there, and it would punch the can, and then you'd cover the plant beds in plastic and gas your plant beds for weeds. What is this? Rainbow 10 10 10. I did not know that these trays were still in here. That's cool.
I can't believe you just went up these steps. Look at that old doorknob.
What, you surprised? That is an old one. Shoot, I'm more worried about this thing right here falling on me than I am the house.
Well, the thing is, this porch must have been built after. It's got circle nails.
It probably was.
Ugh.
It does have the circle nails.
And what's that? That's a plow point, ain't it? Right
Where?
there. What is that? Ain't that what that is?
Yeah, that looks like a plow point off of old horse-drawn plow.
I found that, what was that? I don't know, one day not long ago I was digging up under here. What is this? What's that?
I don't know. I don't know what that is.
Ain't no telling what you find walking around old stuff like this.
I'll tell you too, for that time period, this was a good size house.
Especially around here.
Yeah, you would have normally only had the front half, which would have been a downstairs and an upstairs. This was a good size house for back in the day. That rock, look at that.
Think about what kind of engineering to make that thing draw and everything that they had to know to be able to perfectly place these rocks like that.
You could almost take a straight edge and lay down the side of that,
It just
and it'd be perfect.
It blows my mind. These old rock chimneys like this. I don't know.
Well, the best one is the other one over here on the other side.
No.
This one's a nice chimney, but that other one, this other chimney over here is just absolutely beautiful. This chimney is going to be standing way longer than this house ever will. Just check that out. That thing is perfect.
It's pristine.
Think about the time, the patience it took to build that chimney. And I would just about guarantee that every single one of them rocks come from right here, somewhere.
The lumber's liable to. I don't know how that works.
They may have.
So I like this little back porch right here too. I think it's cute. So that's the door you said was locked.
Yeah, that's the door I was trying to come out a while
But
ago.
it's also got this little place. And we did a video about this several years ago, but I do wonder, I don't know if it was for canned food because I feel like it would have froze. I can't get it open now. I feel like it's like a little room in there. You can.
Could have been firewood.
I think you can see over here. Yeah, it's open over here now. But I don't know if it'd be firewood, a little meat house.
Could have been like a little meat house, sure enough.
Yeah, right here off the porch. I don't think it was for canned food though, because the canned food would have froze right there. But
Could have been where they put the kids when they misbehaved.
but see, this was added on too. It's got different,
Yeah.
different style nails.
And that's a later addition. Yeah, this is the door I was trying to come out. There's a chain on it.
Then there's a big old nail right here, and I'm like, what did they hang on that big nail right there?
There's no telling.
Yep.
No telling.
That's the kind of stuff I think about. And right there's one. That's a square one. Wonder what they hung on it.
I don't know.
Been some kind of little bird right here.
I remember back from when I was a kid, I used to think that I was going to live in this house and fix it up one day. This is where I used to say I wanted to live, and I
Now-
wanted to fix that house up.
Right here was the well, right? Ain't that why it sunk in?
Yeah, there was a hand-dug well there, and then it got filled in, but it's sunk in right now.
Yeah. That's what I thought you told me. That's where the well was.
That well was there still when I was little, and Grandpa used to stay so nervous all the time. I'd get up in here messing around. He'd think I was going to fall off in
Is
it.
that why he filled it in?
I don't remember who filled it in, honestly. I don't know. I don't remember that part. I just remember the well still being there. Back over behind that house is another little log building. I'm
Walk over
assuming.
there.
I would assume it was some type of outbuilding. Could have possibly been a meat house. I don't think it was a corn crib or anything like that.
And it wasn't a tobacco barn.
Definitely, it wasn't a tobacco barn either because it ain't big enough. But it does have a loft in it. Well, that's the other reason I know it wasn't a tobacco barn, because it don't have tier poles in it.
And it's sitting on rocks.
Yeah,
Just balanced perfectly.
look at that. Look at those logs. Now this building here is actually still in some really good shape.
It's gonna go too, though.
Yeah,
Man.
it needs some attention, but right now it's in good shape. And you can see it used to have a floor in it.
You can see the axe marks in the logs.
And I have no idea. Oh, I guess you would have went up right there to get up in the loft, but there's no ladder or anything here anymore.
And see, but what confuses me about this place is this was open and somebody put a board up.
Yeah.
So maybe it was a barn, a horse barn.
Could have been. See
But I
how
don't know,
that
it's
was
got
cut
that,
out?
but it's got that floor in it though. It's not on the ground. I don't know what it was.
I don't know either. And that loft I don't think would have been a hay loft because there's
Ain't
no
a-
way to get hay in
There
it.
ain't a good way to get hay in it, yeah.
So I don't know what it would have been. I wish I did know, but I don't know. Whatever it is, it's a cute little building.
Yeah.
And right on over here, there's an old log tobacco pack house. And its days are gone. Since the last video we shot about all this, the roof on it has fell in. And as far as I can remember, that tobacco pack house has been in bad shape for as long as I can remember. But you can see the front side there. It's all fell in. It's long gone, unfortunately.
The only thing I guess if you want to save anything out of that, you could probably get the logs off of it.
You might could.
Some of them.
Some of them, but most of them, even the logs are in bad shape.
Yeah, but who knows how old this thing is. This log's been standing here 200 years.
It probably has.
Yeah.
To be a log pack house, it would definitely been here for, I'm gonna say at least 200 years.
And so, for people that don't know, a pack house is different than a tobacco barn because
You would store your tobacco in it
let Andy tell us. This is his.
while waiting for it to go to market. And I may not be 100% correct about this because I don't remember using pack houses. But from my understanding, what you would do is you could hang the tobacco up here in the top part. If it needed to dry out, if it needed to get moisture in it, you put it down in the basement. And the basement being a damper place would bring that tobacco in order so you could sack it and take it to the warehouse. You didn't want to take tobacco to the warehouse that was dried out too bad because it would just crumble up on you. You had to have just a little bit of moisture in that leaf so it wouldn't crumble up when you sacked the tobacco. After it's cured, you would store it in here, and it'd be a good place to keep it until you took it to the warehouse. Because I think back in the day, they took it all at one time. You didn't take multiple trips to the warehouse. You took your tobacco at the end of the season at a certain date when they'd open the warehouses up, and everybody'd be gathered there at those warehouses, and you'd make a whole thing out of it, taking your tobacco to the warehouse.
Well, I heard tell, was it my grandma telling me? I think maybe years ago, when my great-grandpa would take tobacco, it was like he'd be gone for like a week.
Yeah, because they
on
had
a horse and buggy.
I was gonna say back then took it on a horse and buggy.
On a horse and buggy, he'd be gone for like a week to take his tobacco to go sell it. And I want to say she said he took it to Winston.
Really?
I think.
I think
That's a long ways even on a car now. So he probably was gone for a week. But I want to say that's what she said. Winston is where he used to take it to.
Well, I could see it taking that long to get there and back before the roads were updated. We recently found some pictures online from a warehouse locally here, well, the county below us.
Can we put those in this video?
If I can find them back, we'll post them. But we had no idea these pictures existed. And it was of my grandpa from 1960.
It was something like that, yeah.
But it was pictures that we just happened to find. And it was of my grandpa showing off his tobacco at Cook's Warehouse in Winston-Salem. And so, I don't know, that was pretty cool.
He was a cool guy.
He was a very cool guy. And he was very proud of his tobacco.
Well, I'm going to tell you, people used to be prideful of their tobacco. This was tobacco country here, but it was flue-cured tobacco, not burley tobacco in this little section. But people were very prideful. Daddy said he got many a whoopings.
For messing a leaf up.
For messing a leaf up when they was priming tobacco or doing something. He said, yeah, he carried many a whoopings for that. You had to do it just right.
And then this day and age, doing tobacco, man, they do it all with machines. It tears it up. They say, you know, I hear people all the time say, Grandpa'd roll over in his grave if he's seen how they do tobacco now. But times have changed. It's a totally different world now than it was back then.
There's not even a tobacco barn down here, is it?
No.
I just realized that.
So all those tobacco barns up at Mom and Daddy's were moved from here, if I'm not mistaken.
Really?
They
were here.
I think. I might be wrong, but I think all three of them up there at Mom and Daddy's.
When your papa did his tobacco here, he took it to your mom and daddy's.
I always remember them barns being up there. I think they got moved like a long time ago.
Yeah.
But yep. Yeah, so back then, Grandpa had tobacco, like I said, grew it here, but cured it up at the house. And the barns we're talking about are at my mom and daddy's. Well, that used to be Grandpa's. And I'm pretty sure that they moved those barns from over here to over there. They moved them from somewhere. They weren't originally built there. And anyways, that's where all of his stuff was. All of his barns, most of them were at the house. This little building here was like the old feed barn. You can see now this
about to go too.
Back corner here has been knocked out. There lays the logs. I have been actually thinking about it. And if I can ever find the time to do it, I think I could bring the tractor.
You think you could save this one?
I think I could bring the tractor, and I'm not going to say I could save it, but I could take the forks and put them up under this log, jack it back up the way it's supposed to be, and put me just a post under it, just to stable everything back out. Because the back half back here is still in good shape. This got knocked out a long time ago by some cows, and you know, it went downhill ever since. Cows are some awesome creatures, but they're destructive. I'm going to assume that this probably at one time was built for the mules or the horses or workhorses or whatever. But I remember Grandpa using it as a cow barn. This is where he fed his cows. This freezer right here is actually what he used to keep his feed in, and it's still laying here. Now we just stick hay under it.
There's been something. What is that on top
coon.
here?
That's a coon. It's shells. Not coon. I'm sorry. That is I guess squirrels or something been cracking walnuts on top of them bales. them bales.
They've been having a great time.
That's all. The only reason I know that is because the last bale I got out right here, son. Look, it's walnut shells. But they sit right up on top of them bales.
And just having a good time.
Having a good time. I want to share something right here that I think about every time I come over here. See all this vine here that's in this? All right, back in there, you see it's a really big vine way back up in there. Well, when I was a kid, I was obsessed with cutting trees, cutting whatever. I had me a saw, and I was over here with Grandpa. And I cut that vine off, and it was about this time of year because there weren't no leaves on anything yet, but the sap was rising. When I cut that vine off, the sap just started pouring out of that vine. It was like a water spigot. It was just running out. Grandpa got so mad at me because I cut that vine. I mean, he was mad. But I can remember now, he took his head. This is the craziest thing I ever heard, and I've never seen nobody else do it, ever. But that sap that was dripping out of that vine, he took his head and held it under there and rubbed it all up in his hair. And I was like, what are you doing, Grandpa? And he said that sap will keep your hair from falling out. Or it was either keep it from falling out or keep it from turning gray, which his hair was already gray, so I don't know what good that was going to do him. But I can remember it like it was yesterday. I don't remember exactly what he said it was going to do. But I remember that like it was yesterday. He was so mad. And Grandpa was one of them people, when he got mad, he was mad. You know, he kind of blow up. And
did he cuss a little bit?
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. But he got so mad at me, but then he took just instantly, seen all that sap running out from under there, and he took and was like washing his hair in it. And I wish I could remember exactly what it was he said it did. But I mean, I was probably Jacob's age then. So that's been...
Long time ago.
Yeah, at least
30
years ago. 30-ish years ago. It's funny how those little things like that stand out in your head. This building over here is probably the newest building over here. It's been here as long as I can remember, but it's the newest building here. Shoot, even it's probably...
I'm going to time out for just a second. So, there's also walnut trees. We were talking about the walnut trees a while ago. They line. So you see the old house is right there. You can see the roof. They line this whole place right here. Just walnut trees. Just lining the road that comes in here. You think that was on purpose?
I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. I don't know.
Yeah, they lined the little road coming to that house right there.
But there's walnuts everywhere over here. Mm-hmm. I mean, every one of them trees you see through, there's a walnut tree. Every single one of them, except for the cedars. I think that's obvious they ain't walnuts. But yeah, all of them trees you see with no leaves, every single one of them's a walnut. But yeah, back to this building over here, where I've got my hay under. That was an old airplane shed. And you may notice, this is a flat spot. We don't have many flat spots around here. And it was my great uncle, I guess, had an airplane. And he would fly up this bottom, well, he would use this bottom right through here as a runway. And he kept the airplane in this building here, and that's why the back of it is longer, like right there in the middle, than it is on the sides. It was one of them old kit airplanes, like it was a do-it-yourself airplane.
I know, who ever heard of such anyway? Who knows you could buy an airplane as a kit?
And that was back then. That was probably in the 70s, I bet. Mom would know, but my guess would be back in the 70s.
It must have been a big airplane.
Well, it was, I think you could take it apart so your wings would fold up and the airplane would go under here like this, long ways, and you know, your wings out. I don't know exactly how it was. I don't ever remember seeing an airplane because he ended up crashing it on up somewhere up there on, I don't think it was on this place. I think it was on a neighbor up there. He ended up crashing it. And actually got hurt pretty bad, but he survived it. But, you know,
this is the airplane building.
He was probably one of the only folks back in the day around here that had an airplane. Mm-hmm. Seems like that's a little more common of a thing these days. People have an airplane, because I know, right off the top of my head, I know 4 or 5 folks who's got their own personal airplane.
You next.
I don't know. I would love to say that was on my bucket list. I'd love to have an airplane.
Would you?
I would.
I don't have no want to at all to even get on
You
one.
ain't got to fly with me. I'll fly by myself.
I'll stay at home.
Another quick note, y'all. Speaking of Grandpa, everywhere you turn over here, there's something that makes you think of him. But that battery, still sitting there, used to keep his fence charger sitting right there on that little pedestal. And he had... there's no power over here, so he had one of those 12-volt fence chargers, and he kept his battery right here. And what he would do was leave his battery on the fence maybe a week or so, swap it out of his truck and put the other one there, and he'd just keep rotation in his truck all the time to keep a charged battery out here on the fence.
So he let the truck charge it.
Yep, the truck did the work for him, and he'd just swap them out.
like y'all heard me talk about a while ago, I told them, Mandy, this place is just is special to you, and you know, somewhere you grew up. But then I found myself in the years that I've been coming over here with you. I don't know. It's just something. It's just a special place.
That it is.
It is a special place.
You know, even though I don't know if she mentioned it or not, but this place is, they say, has been in the family since the late 1700s. I don't know how much documentation actually goes back to show that, because I don't know how well they were with keeping up with that thing back then. But that's what they say. And if that's the case, there's a whole lot of bloodlines that's went through this.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, many generations. Even though I don't know them, I don't know them people, you still have,
You got roots.
you have somewhat of a connection to it.
Yeah.
And you know, the thing is, it's not only this place, it's everywhere around here.
Mm-hmm.
We got roots everywhere you turn on this side of this county. There's roots from our people. And that's something that,
A lot of it's becoming rarer and rarer, I think. People up and move, and it ain't nothing wrong with up and moving. I'm just saying, I don't know. Both sides of our family, I mean, mine more on the Virginia side, but I don't know. Long as about far back as both of us can find. You know, we've been in this general area, and it's special. Like he said, the whole place is special. But I feel lucky that even if we can never call this place truly ours, that for now, the kids can come down here, they can enjoy it, and we're blessed that they'll let us treat it like it's ours anyway and come down here and do what we do. So.
That's right. And you know, I feel blessed because not many people get to experience that type of connection with something anymore.
That's
and it's
right.
not their fault. But we were blessed to grow up here where we're at. And I don't know other way to put it except to say it's a blessing. I mean, it really is. And in some ways it's a curse. But it's more of a blessing than a curse. But there are, you know, there are some downsides to it in some ways.
If you don't know what you're doing, somebody else does.
But you know, I do think it's something truly special to be connected the way we are to this general vicinity around here. But back to what we was walking over here. His two old tobacco planters there, part of the old hay ring. I just kind of piled everything up around this tree. But y'all see these old drag harrows that's in here? Right there's one of the handles, and right back in there's the other. The day that Grandpa sowed this whole place in grass and took it out of crop production and put it into just grass, he used those to drag everything down and make it look pretty. Unhooked them right there, and there they are.
Been there ever
Nobody's
since.
moved them since. I've been saying I'm gonna come over here and cut that tree out of them and move them, and
That tree's got pretty big.
it has. It's got a lot bigger than it was not that long ago, actually.
But that's just a little look, you know. And I hope you can feel how special this place is to us. And I hope that at some point in your life you've got to experience that and have somewhere that is special to you.
Well,
you know? And
yeah.
like I said, through the years this place has really become special to me too. Even though I didn't grow up right here. It's a beautiful, beautiful place.
Beautiful place. You can almost feel something when you're over here. I don't even know how to explain it.
I agree.
And it's just special. It's quiet. There's nobody. I mean, there is houses through the woods, but right here, there's nobody here. And it's just a nice place. And not that long ago, there was absolutely zero cell phone service over here, but now it is.
Now you got like a bar.
But you used to come over here and you didn't even have to worry about getting bothered by your phone because wasn't nobody getting through to you.
Mm-hmm. Yep. If I needed you during hay time, I'd just have to come over here and get you.
Yeah, you wasn't getting it. Lord have mercy, y'all. There's no telling how many trips my mama has come over here to check on Grandpa, because, you know, that's all back before cell phones. She'd come over here to check on Grandpa or bring him lunch or bring him supper, and, you know, I don't know.
A lot of memories over here.
That it is. And that little curve right there. That's where you always see when you're coming in here, if you're already in here, you see a vehicle pop around that curve right there. I don't know, there's just something that always brings back a memory to me about that. And I don't even know why. But
there it is.
the hay's loaded up. I guess we should probably get back to the house and get it unloaded.
Yeah, I got a cow to milk.
You got a cow to milk. I got cows to put hay into. And yeah.
It's like I told Jacob earlier. He said something about milking that cow. And I said, just think of the ice cream that is coming. Just think of the ice cream.
That's right. You know,
Hay equals ice cream.
yeah, there's a lot of fields around here, talking about being connected with stuff. There's a lot of fields around here that I remember Grandpa planting in tobacco when I was a kid. They didn't belong to him, but, you know, he rented the farm or whatever, that are now growed up in pine trees or maybe even a house sitting on them or whatever, and barns that are falling in now. And I remember going with Grandpa to check those barns, and now they're falling in. Kind of makes me feel old when I start thinking about stuff like that, because I'm like, I remember walking through that field with tobacco in it, and now it's pines that are 30, 40 foot tall. It's just crazy.
It is.
How things change over time.
And things here, you know, I know it's not like that everywhere, but things here, when you don't tend them, boy, they grow up in a hurry.
They do.
The pine trees will take it.
There's been many farms around here, nice farms, that the older generation dies out, nobody farms it after that, and before you know it,
Yep.
it's growed up. And if I'm not mistaken, all of that right there back when my mama was a little girl was clear. So I don't know, things change. That's for sure.
And before we leave from here, something I hadn't mentioned is the name of this place is called, well, we call it the Blackhead Place. And that's what it's always been called. Andy said when he was little, that's what he called it. That's what all his people call it. This is the Blackhead Place. So we ended up, he asked his great aunt who owns it, said, why in the world? Because I tried to look up names with that name to see if that was somebody's last name or what it was. And he said, why in the world is it called the Blackhead Place? And she said, your great aunt, what, she's in her 90s, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Late
Late
80s,
80s,
early
early
90s. And she said best she could remember when she was a little girl that there was a black-headed man that lived in that house right there.
Yeah, the house we just showed y'all.
And
there.
That's what people say when somebody's got dark hair or something, so they're black-headed. And so there's a black-headed man that lived in that house right there, and so that's just, I reckon they called it, let's ride down that black-headed man's place. And
the Blackhead Place.
And they just
stuck.
You know, I thought it'd be something a little more than that, but you know.
You know, nowadays, even people who don't even come over here anymore or whatever, like you mentioned the Blackhead Place to somebody, they know where you're talking about.
Yep. Which is so funny to me.
That it is. What a name.
Yep. Well, y'all, thank you for traveling down memory lane with us. We love, like I said, we love this place and love walking around it, and hadn't got to show y'all. I think that last video we did down here is
3 years old.
Probably at least 3 years old. Yeah. So, yeah, I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope it brought back some memories for you or brought a smile to your face. And I guess that's going to wrap it up. We got plenty of work to do when we get to the house, so I guess we better get to it. So, anyways, guys, till we see y'all on the next one.
Y'all have a good one.
Have a good one.